Today I want to announce some interesting facts about Russia. If you are planning to visit Russia one day, I highly recommend to check all of these facts just to be more prepared for your journey. I will tell you something about cultural aspects, a few words about money, and of course about transportation system and distance. And first of all, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. I woke up this morning and I realized that I have plus 2 subscribers, guys. I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how happy I am now. So thank you so much. First of all, our holidays. So here in Russia we have lots of holidays. That's what Russian people love the most. So as you can see, the half of the year is full of holidays. If you are planning your journey to Russia or especially to Moscow, it's good to know because, for example, Christmas holidays are the most amazing part of the year, and I highly recommend to visit Moscow because Moscow is full of lights, full of different interesting places, different free entertainments. I would be happy if you can enjoy this period of time with all of Russians. And my second favorite time is May's holiday. It relates to the day of the victory in World War II, and we love this time as well, just because this is a period when barbecue season starts. In Russia we call it Shashliky, and if you are interested how we spend time making Shashliky and all of this stuff, you can watch my video about traveling to country house. So next fact is the phrase behind euros in Russian means different, depends on where you speak this. So for example, when I live in Siberia and we say behind Ural, I mean especially that the European part of Russia. In Moscow, we have the reverse situation. So if we speak here behind Urals, it means the Asian part of Russia. So it's very interesting, but don't be confused with it. Another interesting fact that we have very short daytime in winter, and that's very annoying because when I get up in the early morning, it's dark outside and it's get lighter about 9 a.m. I think. And when you are going home, for example, from work or from university, it's already dark. So we cannot enjoy the daytime, and we need the daylight. We need the daylight so badly. That's why everyone loves summertime too much. Humidity. We all know that winter is strong enough in Russia, but it feels not too strong, depends on the location. And for example, in Siberia we have minus 30 degrees Celsius and it feels strong but okay. In Moscow, I remember the year when it was minus 30 degrees Celsius and we cannot go out of the flat. That was very frightening, but that's how it is. Because Moscow is close to Atlantic Ocean in the west, the climate is milder here, but the lowest temperature feels stronger. And that's why we have the joke about Siberian pupils that minus 30 degrees Celsius, many students don't go to school, but they go skiing. So, pupils are pupils. So we always go somewhere, especially building the snowman or skiing or ice skating. So this is pretty amazing. So speaking about Russian language, it's very interesting. When I was in high school, I found so many interesting facts. We have the words that mean the same but sound different. And here I want to show you a few of them. One of my favorite, so the word washcloth can be machalka or vihotka. Vihotka is very rarely to use, but I used this word when I was a child. So another word, edge of the pavement is bordur, but we can say barevnik, and it tends to sound in St. Petersburg, but still. Another interesting word is compasses, and that means circle. But I know that some people call it krugachev. Yes, it sounds very funny, but don't use this word, please. Oh, and one of my favorite is a file. Definitely. I have a very short but interesting story about this word, because it's usually called file, but in Siberian we called it multifor. And when I tried to find the file at work one day, I said out loud, "Where is multifor?" And only one person asked me, "Are you from Siberia?" I was so confused. I asked why, and he said because only Siberian people called it multifor. And that's true. And it was very amazing because we find out that we both graduated the same university, but in the different years. It was very amazing, but I love this word. I love the word multifor. Sometimes I call it multifor because this is the easiest word to find. Another favorite word is eggplant, which is usually we call baklajan, but in the southern region and in Caucasus region, they call them siniki. I love this word. I can't speak about it without smiling. What else? Strawberry is klubnika or Victoria. And one more thing is entrance, which is подъезд, but in St. Petersburg region they call paradne. And the last one, mittens. Mittens we call варежки, but sometimes you can hear it as рукавицы. As I said, Russia is a huge country, and the long distance is not only between different cities but also inside a particular cities. So if you are going to travel to Moscow or to St. Petersburg, good to know that you will spend time going from one point to another. For example, when I want to visit my parents, I spend 2.5 or maybe 3 hours going on public transport, or 2 or 2.5 hours going by car. And yes, of course, it depends on location, but try to find out the place for staying, just no longer but 40 minutes going to interesting places. Next fact is, here in Moscow we count distance between Moscow Central Ring, which is MKAD, to the outer point, and you can find it in online shops. They put the information about delivery service, and they can say that you have to pay extra fee for delivery. It's not too expensive, but good to know. Speaking about transportation system, I can say that Moscow and St. Petersburg have very, very decent transportation system. You can go wherever you want inside the city and the nearest suburbs free and easily. You can go wherever you want using buses, using subways, using trains or suburban trains, and this is pretty amazing. I like it so much, and the transportation system gets better and better from year to year. Few words about taxi services. Usually tourists come to Moscow by plane or trains, and many taxi drivers wait for them near the airports or train stations. But it's better to use the taxi apps, and if you don't know these apps, I can put the links of some of them, because it will cost you much less that usually taxi driver can tell you to pay. Or if you have friends who live in Moscow, for example, you can ask him to get you a drive. Every Russian know how to use a taxi and not pay too much for one trip. So continue. And oi, Vilka! Hey, squirrel! Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel! 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 Come here! I have nuts. Don't actually. Squirrel! Come! What I'm saying? Taxi services getting better and better from year to year, and I hope it will improve their services in different regions.
I've noticed that I didn't tell you about the prices for local resorts, and this year is full of surprises. If we look at the tours from Moscow to Kaliningrad, for example, we can find that 2 weeks in Kaliningrad, which is near the Baltic Sea, will cost the same price that 2 weeks in Maldives.
And remember, there are many welcoming people in Russia who is willing to help to a tourist, and don't hesitate to ask them help. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.